Pay close attention to this video. A couple was getting married and everyone around them was congratulating the couple. At that moment, a woman arrived and walked up to the groom and the two began to celebrate. Another woman asks the bride why the man's friend is there. The friend then tells her fiancé that she would never miss his wedding. The man then tells his friend that he wanted to introduce his wife to her. He then takes it to his wife and the friend tells him that the man was handsome because he was dressed just like their graduation day. This makes the bride very furious and she starts from the cake. The man notices this, asks if she was okay. She said yes and that she was just breaking the cake and then calls the guests to join her. Meanwhile, the friend was having fun with the man. The woman then asks the bride if she would do anything about it. The bride then takes a piece of the cake and goes to them. She then throws the cake at her friend, but says it was an accident. The friend says it's okay because it was just an accident. At this point, the man asks to talk to his fiancée, but she says that she had already apologized to his friend. He then insists, and the two of them go outside. Meanwhile, the friend and the woman exchange furious glances. Outside, the man asks what was going on for his fiancée and she said she didn't like his friend being there. The man then says that his friend was just a little excited as they hadn't seen each other in a long time. The woman says that wasn't an excuse for them to be so close, but the man says she was just too affectionate. He then said that this was no problem as he loved his fiancée very much. The man tells his fiancée that he needs to go to the bathroom and that she doesn't have to worry about the situation. He would come back. At that moment, the friend says that she needed to go to the bathroom to clean herself and she ends up realizing that the man was also going to the bathroom. As the man was coming out of the bathroom, he runs into his friend. She then asks him what he was doing in the women's restroom, but he corrects her by saying that that was the men's restroom. She then says that she had been confused. The man says she's always been that way and tells them to come back to the party. Meanwhile, the woman was with the bride saying that the party was very strange and that they should go back there. At that moment, she realizes that they were leaving the bathroom together and said that she didn't think that was right. Meanwhile, the friend kept talking to a man saying that she missed him a lot. They then go back to the party and the woman says that she didn't think it was right what was happening. The bride says that the man had told her that she was the love of his life, but that he was a liar. The woman says that she had already told the bride that all men were liars and that she should not trust them. The bride then says that she would resolve the situation. She then goes to where there were some glasses of drinks and baby all of them, and this makes the woman very worried, but the bride does not worry about that, and when she sees a man passing by her, she says that she wanted to dance with him. The other man says he didn't want to dance with the bride because he didn't want to make trouble with the man, but the woman says he shouldn't worry about that and that he should dance with her. At that moment, the man came to that situation and ran to them. He then walks up to his fiancée and starts dancing with her, and her friend dances with another man. The man then asks the bride what was going on and she says she can't take his lies anymore and then leaves. The man runs after his fiancée and, seeing that situation, the friend said she needed to go after them. The other man then asks the woman if she would like to dance with him, but she says no, despite wanting to dance with him. The friend then goes up to the man and asks him where he was going, because that was the best part of the party. He says he knew that was the best part, but that he needed to see what was going on with his fiancée. The friend then says that she needed to ask the man something, as she had been thinking about it for a long time. She said she loved the man and asks if he loved her too. He doesn't respond when he sees his fiancée leaving, he runs after her. The friend asks him to come back, but he doesn't. He then fails to reach his fiancée and asks her not to run anymore. She then asks him if he loved his friend. He says no, but she says he hadn't answered. The friend. He says he hadn't answered, because it was a surprise to him and that he didn't want to hurt his friend. He then asks his fiancée to come back with him to the party so they can end the wedding. They then go back to the party and the woman says she had something to say. The man tries to stop her, but she soon tells him that the marriage is over. She reveals that that wedding was actually a sham, which leaves everyone present very surprised. The man then grabs the microphone and says that his fiancée was just joking and asks if they were enjoying the party. They say yes, so the man says he needs to say something to his fiancée. He begins to tell his fiancée that he loved her very much and that she was the only woman he wanted to have in his life. He says that she was everything to him and that he would tell the guests a little bit of their story. He says that when he went to meet his fiancée for the first time, he was very nervous, but that it was a lot of fun. He said they went to karaoke together and that it was a lot of fun. He said that even though he didn't know how to sing very well, he sang a very beautiful song to his fiancée. He says he could sing at that moment, but he didn't want to make the people there suffer with his voice. He then says that that song said a lot about them and that it marked him. The bride said she was very happy that he remembered their song and he said he always remembers the moments he spent with her. At this point, the friend arrives and says that she needed to say that she was very happy that they were together. The man is surprised by this and as the friend leaves, the bride says she needs to talk to her. The man then tells his guests that they could continue to enjoy the food he had prepared for them and that they shouldn't worry about it. The bride then goes after her friend and asks her to wait, but the friend says she didn't want to talk to the bride. She said that she hadn't come very far to see her fiancé be happy with the man in her life and that she suffered a lot knowing that this was happening. The bride then tells her friend that they need to talk and then closes the gate for them to have privacy. She then tells her friend that she knew that their relationship was very important to her fiancé, but she also knew that they had broken up for a reason. She says that even though she didn't know what that reason was, she knew that God was preparing something much better for her friend. She said that she knew that everything would work out for her friend, that she would also find the love of her life, but that she needed to be patient. The friend then asks if the bride really thought she would find the love of her life. The bride said she was sure it would happen, but that her friend needed to be patient. The friend then said that she hoped that would happen too and hugs the bride. At that moment, the man arrived and said he was surprised by this. The friend then tells the man that this is how things were resolved, that they just needed to talk. The bride then said that their special day was almost over and that she didn't want to miss any more of it. They would then go back to the wedding, and later, the bride would throw a bouquet for the guests to pick up. They were all eager to get the bouquet, but the one who ended up getting the bouquet was the woman. The bride says that she had thought that the woman didn't believe in love, but the woman says that now she wanted to try it. Hearing this, another man is very surprised, and then the bride tells the woman that they should be very happy together. They then leave and the bride says she is very happy for them. Later, the man was telling his fiancée that he wanted to spend the rest of his life by her side. The bride said she wanted that too, because she loved her fiancé so much. The guests then congratulate the two of them and they get in the car and drive away.